We're joined by Steinbach resident Jeff Neufeld. Now, Jeff, on the weekend, you came upon that accident on the 52 highway near the 206. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, so we were coming back from Winnipeg, me and my wife, and we drove up. We were probably coming from the west, and we were a few vehicles back from the first people that were there, and so we saw just that there was something on fire in the ditch, and so as we drove up and pulled over, then quickly saw that there were people running around outside. So I hopped out, and it's kind of a different thing, something I'm not used to, running towards a fire. But thankfully, when I got up to the vehicle, just the front end of the truck was on fire there, and the other guys who were there had just gotten Quentin out of the truck, and so we were just pulling him out, and so I was able to help them carry him to the other side of the highway. And it was only a minute or two until the truck was fully involved, and it was definitely nobody going in there, but thankfully, his wife was already out, and so some other people had done that, thankfully. And then we waited for the sirens to arrive, and some other people came and had some blankets, and they stayed with Quentin, and that was about the extent of what we could do.
What compels you to run towards a burning vehicle?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, that experience was something very new for me, and makes me just appreciate what our firefighters and EMS and police, what they do on a regular basis. But I don't know, it's just, that if you were there, you'd want help, and was just really made me thankful that there's not just one person, but there's lots of people who will do that in an emergency, that people will step up, and they don't care who's in the vehicle, they don't care if it's a friend, they don't care if it's a stranger, they just know that, you need to go and help, and that's the community we live in. And I think that despite all the bad news we hear, I think that by and large that's the world we live in.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Jeff, absolutely. You helped carry the driver of the truck across the road, and you found out the extent of his injuries a little bit later on. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I did find out through various channels and connections, and got connected to one of their sons on Facebook, and saw what his injuries were, that it was a broken leg and a broken ankle. And it's as sad as the whole thing is, I find it a little bit humorous as we're carrying him. I'm thinking, you're not supposed to carry an injured person, but obviously you have to get away from the fire. And so, carrying him by the leg and finding out that he has a broken femur and a broken ankle, you feel a little bit bad afterwards, but you did what you have to do.
But I know that he would appreciate the fact that you did, because he could not have stayed close to that vehicle, despite the fact that you're not supposed to move an injured person. If there's a burning truck, you move the injured person.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, I consider you a hero.
Well, I think there's other people that did a little better than me, but, people at the right place at the right time, so thankful for that.
Absolutely. Jeff, thank you so much for jumping in and being one of the very helpful people we have in this community. We appreciate you greatly, and all the others that were involved.
Thanks, Corny.